Jakara, how have you been? Because we're all at school. Jakara, you go to what school?
I go to Virginia Commonwealth University, also known as VCU. Go Rams!
This is not a pageant. Like, I just can't take it. Like,
but for me, that is who I am.
The
So you
Rams.
gonna either take it or leave it.
Okay, so now she want to give a little personality.
I mean, that's
No,
really
that
who I
really
am.
is Jakara. That really is Jakara. That is really how she is.
so cute.
Jakara goes to VCU. Ronald does what he does, and I'm just like, Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronald, what school do you go to? What
You
do
know,
do?
currently I'm just trapping it out, doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
At LIM College for fashion merchandising.
That's great.
Do you know what you want to do?
What are you saying?
No, that's the answer. That you.
I know what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I want to make money.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Thank you.
What's your passion?
Fashion.
Okay.
Okay.
Very vague, but
Not
yes.
design. Merchandising.
Okay.
Fashion
Merchandising.
Okay.
Good.
I'm not
Okay,
drawing no
that's good.
sketches.
Okay, so Jakara's in Richmond, Ronald's in New York, I'm in Atlanta. I was about to say Virginia, but I'm in Atlanta,
Might as well
and
be.
you know, as y'all know, I go to Georgia State. And these are my best friends, so like I really don't get to see them all year round, and we don't really get to talk that much. But like a lot of people, as you should know, real friends, like we can go a while without talking. Like Ronald, I talk to the least out of all of my best friends. I only have 3.
Yeah.
And Ronald, I talk to the least. Literally, me and Ronald talk about once every 3 months. 3 months, 4.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, because we're so busy, but the love is literally always there when we come back
Yes,
with each
ma'am.
other.
Yes, ma'am.
But me and Jakara talk a good once or twice a month. We talk a good once or twice a month.
Oh, y'all look connected.
It's, girl.
Connected.
But it's like we're all in college, and some of us are, going towards a science degree, and it accumulates way more work. I'm just kidding. I just want to
Because I work my ass off.
Tell them, Ronald. Yes,
Honey.
you do.
I just wanted to antagonize you for a second.
Y'all don't gotta take CAD. Accounting. Accounting too.
Yes, I understand your
We're
pain.
here for you. We support you. But anyway, a lot of new things are going on with you guys. What's going on? What's new? Let's catch up. What's going on, Jakara?
We already caught up. We gotta catch up again.
Right?
Catch up on camera.
Really? No, seriously. No, seriously, because, Jakara, it's different. Ronald's different.
Doing?
Living.
You been living, Kyra?
I have.
What have you been doing this summer, Kyra?
Working.
Where you
Getting
work?
that.
May I ask where you're working at?
None of your business.
Oh.
It's a job. That pays.
Yes, ma'am. Turkey and ham.
What about you, Ronald? What's new?
What's new? I'm getting a new apartment in August, so on the hunt for a nice 3-bedroom, for me and my personalities, and maybe a guest room for you. What
For
else?
You and that is very different.
Sweet, right?
That is really weird.
That is very different. Wow.
I thought he
guest
was
room?
crazy for a second, but then I realized
No.
he was talking about roommates.
Oh yeah, I do have roommates. 3-bedroom.
Well, duh. Loving you.
Other than that, I'm just here chilling for 2 weeks. I'm visiting DC, Maryland, eating everything that I can eat for free on my mom's debit card. Other than that, here with you, enjoying.
How's your love life? Sex life? Do you have a lot of sex?
Who?
Ronald,
Why would you just hop into this? First of all, go ask on my summer, then just go into you having sex?
That's what friends do when we catch up. We catch up on like the latest things. I mean, you're having sex. I want to know if you're having sex. Are you having sex? Are you in love with someone?
No, I'm not in love with anyone. I'm not having a relationship with anyone. I do not care for that. But as far as sexual encounters, I do indulge because that is my thing. That is my zhuzh. That's your zhuzh? Your zhuzh, Jakira?
Do you have sex for real?
You don't?
I mean, how often do you have sex?
Last time was March 25th on my birthday at 3 in the morning. Very specific, but I had school. It was a Sunday.
Did you meet this person in person, or was it like an app thing? The gay community.
We met in person
Oh,
to
okay.
have sex.
Okay, but
Initially. Wasn't in person.
No.
It's okay.
It wasn't. What's wrong with that?
okay.
What's wrong with that?
It's
You shouldn't have
okay.
Are you ashamed of it?
No. I did what I had to do.
You did what you had to do.
And I enjoyed it. It's what I deserved.
Are you ashamed of it for real?
Of apps?
I mean, yeah. Like, is your face on your app, like, what is it, Jack'd or Grindr?
Both.
Or Tinder? Is your face on it?
For Grindr, no. For Jack, yes.
So what is it?
For Grindr, it's more freaky.
You said what is
more
it?
discreet.
I know what it is, but I said, what is your like picture on a Grindr?
My face. Oh.
You said it wasn't.
What did I say it was?
I don't know. Okay, next subject.
So it is your face.
Yes, it is.
So no boyfriend.
No. You, Kyra, you got a boyfriend?
I do.
Who?
See, I thought y'all caught up. See, I thought y'all
You got a
caught up.
boyfriend?
You know I have a boyfriend.
Look, no, Jakira, nobody knows when you
First-
have a boyfriend.
Boyfriend,
because you do
Kyra?
not talk about it.
Because it's my business.
You see how
Yes.
shady she is.
I mean, I have a
supposed to be
boyfriend.
best friend.
Yes.
Let me tell you how I found out about her boyfriend.
I called you and told you. Did you not?
It was a rant. She slipped it in like I already knew.
Ooh.
You know Jakira.
She is funny. You are so funny, Kyra. You ain't let nobody know.
No, but I really do respect like how you do treat like some things.
So I
privately.
just want to let me understand. So I'm supposed to be like, yo, I got a boyfriend. Like I
No.
feel like that is not something that I do. So if that is what you all were expecting, you're not gonna get it from me. If I have, for me now that I have a boyfriend, I'm not gonna be blathering it out. Hey, girl, you know I have a boyfriend, yeah. But if it comes to a point where that conversation has been brought up, I'm gonna guess I have a boyfriend.
Okay, but what even before that? Like, you know, when we just talk about everyday things when y'all was talking.
but
Because you don't just have a boyfriend. It's like y'all talk and then you become a boyfriend. So, like, before then, like when y'all was talking.
We weren't talking. So what did you want to, like, I'm talking about us. We weren't having conversation. So
okay.
it was like, should I just randomly
I mean, we
text
talk
you?
at least once a month. I don't know. How long does it take you to get in a relationship?
It takes I said there's no time. I feel like as long as you are,
There's no time.
there is no time. I feel like as long as you are sure that the person that you're dating is the person that you want to be with, not just for short term, but long term, future, then you go ahead and date
you're right.
them.
I agree.
But for me, in order for me to date you, I have to first see all sides of you. I'm not just going to date you.
That's me.
Because, of course, everyone's going to bring their best foot forward, and I know it's more to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
how long did it take y'all to get together?
about 5 months.
So you telling me out of the goddamn 5 months that we was talking,
It wasn't meant
he didn't come up?
Well,
Wait, so you look for
longevity, yes.
Longevity.
Me too.
You look for longevity?
You're supposed to.
Yes,
look for
what you
longevity.
looking for?
I look for experiences. I look for
See, that's a different outlook.
you're
and that's a
dating.
different outlook.
Dating. So dating is different from being in a relationship because dating you
No,
can
but
go
even
out
still, he's saying
and-
he doesn't do that.
So you don't.
With
do
a
that.
relationship, some people just look at it as like a year that was an experience. That's me learning how to be in a relationship. I'm different. When I look for a relationship, I'm looking for marriage. And a lot of people are different. Like, it's not that I'm looking out like, oh, are you my husband? It's just that if I am going to put myself in a long-term relationship, I'm not going to do it like knowingly that it's going to end in a year or 9 months. I'm not going to get in a relationship if I don't think you're a forever type person. But some people do it for experience. Some people do it knowing this is not the person I may marry. I'm just...
if
But
I were to
I
do
would
it,
consider that wasting time.
I think of it as just being an experience of two people connecting, learning from someone. You're learning from them. They're learning from you or from you. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But you've learned something from it, and you can go on to the next relationship, taking what you've learned and applying it there. So that one, and it may lead to the next thing or whatever it leads.
I believe that's how my parents
Sure, indeed.
think so also, because when I was telling them about me dating, they were always saying like, why aren't you dating? Like, these boyfriends, or if you have boyfriends, would teach you what you need to know about the next relationship and marriage. I'm just a little different. I'm not saying that I'm going to discard everyone that tries to talk to me if I don't see a relationship with them. I talk to people. I go on a couple dates, but I'm not going to commit to you and be in a relationship if I don't feel like it's long term. Like, after that second date, if I'm not feeling you to be, I'm not feeling you. I don't feel the need to
Continue on.
be with somebody I'm not feeling You know what I mean? And I feel like that's why a lot of people's relationships end. But then again, people have different ideas of a relationship.
Right.
Because it ends because it's like people see it as just an experience. So they put up with certain things I wouldn't put up with. Like if I'm talking to you and we go on 2 dates and I already know you don't know how to listen, I'm done. I'm not going to keep talking to you and going on dates because you don't know how to listen to me. So some other people are like, oh, he don't listen, become a boyfriend with him. 9 months later, you broke up because he don't know how to listen. But you know what I mean? But that was an experience.
Or to try to like make him or teach him how to listen. I'm not for teaching nobody in the relationship with how to do something that they should already know how to do once they get in the relationship with me. Like you're a grown
I want to talk Ronald.
That's
I have never, ever, Jakara probably too, ever talked to you about you being in talks, a relationship with someone.
Really?
You never say nay. You know you
and y'all and this is your best friend, right? So at the same time, and Tariq, you don't tell me everything either. So let's be clear, you don't. So at the same time,
what do you feel like I don't tell you, girl?
I mean, I'm not that type of. I'm not on a quest. I'm not trying to figure out anything.
I know, but what do you feel I really don't tell you?
Your relationship life. I feel like if you are having someone, you do it.
You
do it occasionally, but I feel like you've definitely talked to people throughout your time at didn't vocalize that to me, and I'm okay with that because I feel like you are doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing you, learning, getting your own feel for people, and I feel like you shouldn't go around telling everybody because at the end of the day, it's your life. Now we are best friends, but I feel like at the same time, I feel like you, as a best friend, you don't necessarily have to tell them every person that you encounter.
I agree, yeah.
But you don't, and which I don't.
It's not that I don't feel like I don't have to. It's more of a I don't feel it has a point. It's pointless. Only because these dudes are so freaking frail. Like literally, if I go on one date and then I don't like him, I just don't feel the need to tell you about him. Or if I just met him and I just met a dude in the courtyard and I thought he was cute and he asked for my number, I asked for his number, we go on one date, then I'm over it. I just didn't feel the need to bring that up the next week when we talk. You know what I mean? It would be different if we was in the same city. Like, I saw you on a regular basis. I'm like, girl, this dude. Because you're going to see my phone and be like, who's Andy?
Right.
And it's going to be like, well, you know, that was blah, 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 blah. But if we talk once or twice a month, it's kind of just like, you know, I don't feel the point in talking about Andy. But if you talking to somebody for 5 months, that's a little different, Jakara.
But at the end of the day, Tariq, I am the type of person that respects people personal. I respect people's personal. I'm not the type to just, what's going on? I may ask, like, how have things been? But when I ask that, my intent is never to ask about your relationship life. It's always school, work, because that's my focus. That's all. Now,
that's a good viewpoint.
For me, I don't ask you about your relationship. I don't be like, hey, Tariq, what's going on? I may ask about someone I already knew. Like, somebody. I may say, do you still talk to so-and-so? Or how's that going? Just that. But I don't really necessarily be like, hey, what's going on? Because I feel like sometimes that is just not necessary. I want to know how you're doing because you're my friend and I want to know how you're doing academically, mentally.
But sometimes love life affects mental and emotional.
And I feel like if it was affecting your mental, you would say it.
Okay.
So if you aren't vocalizing it, then
I think that's just interesting. That's interesting because a lot of people in friendships literally love life and sex life literally is like 50% of conversation. Like really, I like it to be. With most friendships, it's just like, girl, like let me tell you about like like most friends are just like this dude like. That's interesting that you know.
That's just me, but.
Where do you think you get that from? Or when did you stop, like, what do you think that stems from?
Just not having the desire to really say much. I feel like I'm already the type of person that doesn't like to explicit so much. I am kind of just, I'm gonna do my thing, walk in my faith. I don't really, hey y'all, I'm doing this. Hey y'all, I could be doing a whole lot of stuff, but that don't mean I'm gonna tell you yet. That's just how I am. But not everybody.
I know, because you was like that in high school. I remember.
She didn't
tell us where she applied to college. She told us when she went to take her driving test. We just knew the girl was driving. We was like, damn, girl. And when you get your license,
you drive?
Yeah, literally. Like
I didn't even tell anyone when I got a car.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, oh.
But what does that stem from?
I don't know. It's just,
because a lot of the things
I've
we
always
do in
been
life
that way.
literally is from things, either if it's our parents, our past, something that happened.
It's true.
Have you? Wow.
I don't know.
It may just be who you are, or it may be stem from something.
It could stem from something, but I have not figured that out if it has, but it's just my own
That's
personal
interesting, because you
choice.
are a pretty, I would call it a private person. You are a pretty private person.
I was like, not secretive,
You move
but
in
private.
silence.
Yeah, and I think it's best. It works out for me.
Yeah.
I have seen good results when it's a
Yeah.
walk in silence, do your thing, and then let people know, like, once it's been established that this is what it is.
I wish, because I talk too goddamn much.
Exactly, and sometimes
I be talking, and sometimes I just be wanting to get it out.
Yes.
Sometimes I just be wanting to talk about every goddamn thing.
Who
I just like,
do you talk to, Kyra?
who
Who do you
She
let it
don't-
out to?
nobody.
Nobody?
it's
no,
stuck to her mom.
I would say my mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister, my family, I talk to them because I know that they are always, not saying that you all wouldn't, but I know that my mom is like probably my best friend. So for me, it's like I know that she birthed me and that I'm able to articulate anything to her without it being like, oh, well, dang, I thought you was doing some judgment. For me, my mom is that person that I can go to and just say, hey, like, this is what I'm trying to do.
You feel like I give you judgment?
No, I don't feel like you give me judgment.
No, I
but
didn't take that offense. I'm just asking.
No,
Seriously.
I don't think you give me judgment, but I think that in terms of getting advice, I never was the type to really like getting advice from people my age, because they don't really have the wisdom and they aren't really all that wise enough. So I go to my mom because I know that she's experienced. She has a positive feedback
That is
and
very
negative
smart.
feedback, and
That
she
is
gives
very
me
smart.
real. And so I feel like some people don't do that, and that's just why I go to her, and she's like number one on my list.
And one of the things you said, it really dinged a light, on my head, because you said your family, like, even though we are best friends, and I know you trust me, I trust you, ride it out, like, I really know Jakara is going to be in my life for a very long time, if not my entire life. But at the end of the day, your family literally has been there your entire life. And that's really, your trust really lies with your family. And that's where we're different. And I think
that's not always the case.
You know what I mean? And that's like with me, I used to have a problem with trusting my friends too much because I didn't trust my family. Like, if y'all know my history and like with my family, it's just we were broken up. I couldn't trust them as much. Like, we went through too much, and I didn't feel like anybody cared about me at sometimes. And just my history and all, it obligated me to like really trust friends, my best friends. Like, literally, because they were there and talked to me and cared about me more than my family would ask sometimes.
Right, and initially that's why you are talking to your friends, because your family didn't give you the support necessarily in that way. So you talk to people who you feel that, okay, I can just go ahead and say this. I know you lean to whoever is available.
Because if you go upstairs right now, they don't know anything about my love life, anything. There's certain stuff I don't feel comfortable sharing with my family.
Right.
Exactly.
Literally. Same for me. But you find peace at sharing everything with your family.
It's just my household, my mom. We've built a good relationship. We have a good relationship. So I just feel that she's my go-to. Friends, just like family, I feel like can also, have that little evil, malicious intent. Not saying that you all do, but I have encountered people that have malicious intent. And so for me, I don't really articulate some things or let people know what's going on, because I feel like, why?
Right.
Like, I feel like it should just be kept to me and let God. My lifestyle has changed a lot now. When I was younger, I used to, bladder out, but it also stems from my personality, like, that I've been working on, my character that I've been working on.
She's very
now.
conservative.
I am very conservative.
She's conservative, girl.
What about you, Ronald? Ronald, literally,
I feel like I'm such a
you're
mystery.
more secretive than Jakara. And
am.
literally, not even being funny, literally, I am very, I'm thinking, because I like to think before I talk, and I don't want to say anything that, how you just say things out loud and like, I didn't mean that. I want to make sure that I mean what I'm saying, because it starts getting sensitive, because, I'm really talking into friendships, But like, that's why I don't feel like I'm as close to you all, only because not so much as being shared with me, because
Exactly.
I do trust you all, but it's like when you tell somebody your deepest secret, or when you weren't even that close to someone, but randomly y'all had a heart to heart.
Right.
Now y'all close as shit, because
Right.
it's like, damn, we really just talked about that. I feel closer to you, and I feel like, I don't know. Ronald, you don't talk about anything.
Right.
You don't talk about anything.
Now we should ask Ronald who you talk to.
Let's get the goddamn spotlight on.
Right, exactly. Ronald, so
you
who do you
talk
talk to? Because you have to talk to someone.
No, you don't. I talk to myself.
Okay, so you talk to yourself. So what are you saying to yourself? What advice do you give yourself? Because if you are in a situation, are you not going to talk to anyone? Or are you just going to be like, okay, so are you having that conversation with
I have it with myself.
And do you feel that you
very
give yourself
organized in here?
No, but Ronald, seriously, who do you talk to? Do you not talk to
Literally,
anyone?
I don't talk to anyone about anything in my life. I like to figure out. It's a part of like me. I feel like I've grown up very independent. Like my mother raised me to be very independent. So like
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of things by myself. Not because I don't trust anyone, just because it's easy for me because things get solved pretty fast when I just do it by myself.
But not even just things that you need help with. Like friends are not just there for help. They're not guidance counselors. Just sharing success or sharing enjoyment, joy, the things that you do with friends. Like you literally, Ronald, remember last year I told you, I said, Ronald, because I went to New York and I stayed with Ronald, and I'm literally just sitting there and I'm like, no, seriously, I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth and I said, Ronald, you know you can ask me for anything you need, right? Do you remember me saying that? I said, bitch, I done goddamn came to New York.
Right.
Ronald is there every time I need Ronald. He's there. He really is very dependent. And I said, Ronald.
He's not the only one that has
I said,
said
Ronald,
something about that.
You know you can ask me for anything.
Right.
Ronald has never ever asked me for any favor. And I don't know why.
Right.
Like if it's a favor to talk to, and you look healthy,
Girl.
but bitch, a goddamn crackhead can look healthy, girl. Shit, I love Whitney, but she was looking healthy some years.
Ooh.
But I'm saying, even in mental health, just like you.
Well, girl, I'm sorry, I can't.
What is going on?
There's nothing going on. I feel like.
But why don't you talk to someone? What does that stem from?
You're not very
I know you said your
expressive.
mom raised you independent, but
I've never had to talk. I feel like most of the things that happen in my life, if they do happen, are very minimal.
Okay.
And they're not on the level of the things that you experience. So I feel like I don't tell people really anything because they're so small to me. Like I don't like bask in
but
like.
I care.
You want me to start? What you want me to start telling you things?
Yes.
I would say I feel like you yourself are making your issues very, very like small. I feel like
Yeah.
if
To deal with them.
I feel like okay, it's okay to say okay, it was small. Like I don't have to But if everything is like that,
There's a problem with that.
I'm not gonna say it's a problem.
It is a problem
but
with that.
it's
It is.
not normal. You
It's
know what I mean?
not.
I feel
It's
like
not.
everyone deals with something, and I'm not even saying like you said you talk to self, but I feel like everyone in life deals with something, whether it's small, big. I just feel like for you are making your issues so small because you are a natural born giver, and that's what givers do. I would say that
You
are
are a
giver.
natural born
I
giver.
feel like that you'll do and give, even if you don't want to, you will. So I
you
feel
have.
like exactly.
He has.
And so that's why I feel like you make your issues very small because you feel that other people's issues are more important. But in that case, be careful because that can also cause you to feel like later on in life, not now because you probably won't realize it. Later on in life, you're probably like, well, where is my support? Like, where, I don't
Right.
have, you know what I mean? But you can't get mad at that because you didn't vocalize anything
Right.
to anyone. So.
And because you minimize everything in your life, whether it's good or bad, when something good as hell happens, you may not feel that it is good enough. There's a lot of things, Ronald, that you have done and are doing that you should be celebrated about.
Mm-hmm.
You looking for an apartment, a lot of people can't do that by themselves. You living by yourself, away from family, that is hard. Being out of state is hard away from family. These are things that you may minimize. And, for me, being through a lot of things, I'm able to minimize it only because I've been to worse. Mm-hmm. And it's because it's like, well, it could be way worse than this, but you're just putting everything that you go through in life, whether bad, good, indifferent, as minimized. Yep. And that's not, you need to allow yourself to feel these things. Mm-hmm. You need to allow yourself to vocalize them to the people you care about. It don't gotta be me. Right. I'm not doing this for a selfish reason, honestly, for a healthy reason. And as a friend caring about you, whether it's your parents, a freaking diary, something where you...
So do you write?
Do you write? Girl. Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Right. In class, I write. I am very creative.
So what is your piece? I was like, what is your piece? What do you... Your piece. Like, what is it that you do?
I like to be alone. A lot of people don't know this. I love being alone. Like I
knew that.
I hate going out. I hate being in places. I like being alone. But I'm really extroverted, so a lot of people can't tell.
So you know how to style flex. That's just what that is.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But like, it's like not that I don't like being out, but like when I'm out, like I'm comfortable. But also when I'm alone, I'm really comfortable. And I just like to think. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like to reflect on things that like happen. Mm-hmm. So I do a lot of my reflection in bed alone.
Right.
And I am so at peace with that because I love being alone.
Okay, but Ronald, let's back up because I'm really big on finding the stem, and I feel like finding the stem is really big in self-identity. There's a lot of things that I do that I can explain to you from my past, and not saying that some things are just the way you are from your genes, but some things are the community, not the nature. Exactly. And I want you to really take the time to think, it don't gotta be right now. It would be nice to be right now. But I'm just saying to take the time to... I would like to think a good 60% or 70% of us is community. It is. Like things we go through, whether it is... Whatever it is. Like what do you think from your childhood or growing up or your experiences influenced you to... really not talk to anybody or minimize the things that you go through? Did you feel minimized at home? Did your mom make you feel minimized in your situation? Did you feel like you weren't listened to, so you kept it to yourself because you don't care anyway, so I'm gonna just keep it to myself?
No, girl.
So what is it?
Well, Dr. Phil, let me say that.
No, Mama! You know!
No! Right? I'm gonna really reflect right now. I really feel like it's just because, like, even growing up, I was always independent, like, and I was even like babysitting like nephews and nieces at a very young age, like at 11. So I always just I call it independent. You guys may call it something else, but I just feel like very compartmentalized, and I feel like I'm able to deal with everything, and I just don't like sharing is so. Maybe it's because I'm not big on emotions. Like you don't see me cry a lot. You don't see me express.
I have a goal, and I hate that this is a goal. I want to make you cry one day.
Like, it's not gonna happen.
No, literally. I'm that girl. Literally.
You may not cry openly, but
I haven't cried in a while.
This is not healthy.
Unless first, like, I cry over TV shows. Is that weird? Like, I'm very emotional. I get very attached
problems,
to
but
characters.
You love Olivia Pope's problems on Scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
I get very emotional over that, but then for me, it feels like
I would say it's a good and bad thing. I mean, just being able to not make everything a big thing. I feel like for me personally, it could be something very, very small, but just because I am emotional, I would make it bigger than what it has to be. So I feel like to a certain degree, that is not all bad because you are able to just say, okay, well, it's not that, I'm not like I read a book, it was called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. So I feel like that is just what you do.
But I will say a downside to this is like, I'm not very empathetic. And I don't, like, so if someone is going through something,
so
I don't.
Sympathetic.
Right.
Empathetic. Just empathy.
Empathetic's
it's
more
like emotion at all.
So I can empathize with you. Sympathy's more I have emotion for your experience.
Yes.
Oh, I thought.
I didn't want to I didn't want to.
No.
I'm not. I'm really.
I thought empathy was having any type of emotion, and sympathy was like feeling. Sorry. Yeah.
No. Empathy is I went through the same thing. So
like, I know. I know.
A white person can have sympathy for a black person,
but they
can't have empathy
because they've never been through it themselves. Yeah.
I'd say both then. Still. Okay, girl. Okay. I'd say both.
But keep going.
I feel like adults I don't know how to connect to people when they're like when they show different emotions, and so sometimes it'll make it seem like I'm a bitch. But like really, I feel for you, girl. But listen, I'm not the one. You can come to talk to me, but there's someone else better. Okay,
that will help you out.
Right?
That will really give you that advice.
I'll just listen.
Because I'll give you like what you need to hear. Like I'll tell you like you need to drop him because right now you look stupid. When Jakara will say, "Girl, you need to really just reflect and move on because he's not doing you right now." And I'll say, "Girl, what the fuck are you doing? You look dumb." You know? And Tariq will say, "Well, are you okay? How do you feel emotionally?" And I'll say, "Girl, you really look dumb. None of this emotions matter because you look dumb." You know?
So keep going. I'm sorry.